I want to be very clear before people start shadowboxing ghosts in the comments. I don't hate Kathleen Kennedy as a person. I dislike what happened to Star Wars under her leadership. As a longtime Star Wars fan, lore fan, someone who grew up with the books, the comics, the expanded universe, a huge part of Star Wars was damaged during her time at Lucasfilm. That's not hyperbole, that's stewardship. Star Wars wasn't just movies, it was novels, comics, long-form storytelling that treated the galaxy like a living history, and Kathleen Kennedy openly said that there was no source material to draw from. That statement alone told a lot of fans everything they needed to know, because there was material, decades of it. Instead of adapting, refining, or honoring that foundation, Lucasfilm wiped it and replaced it with something that often felt disconnected from the soul of Star Wars, not evolving it, overwriting it. Yes, Andor was critically acclaimed. Andor was excellent, smart, political in a Star Wars way, grounded and patient. But it wasn't marketed properly, wasn't culturally pushed, and didn't define the brand. The first season of The Mandalorian was huge. It felt like Star Wars again. Then momentum dropped off, the magic wasn't sustained. And that's the pattern. Solo was divisive and underperformed. The Acolyte wasn't just mixed, it was widely rejected by lore fans because it didn't feel like Star Wars at all. Not because it had new ideas, but because it didn't respect the old ones. That's the difference. Star Wars fans aren't anti-change, they're anti-carelessness. Kathleen Kennedy stepping down isn't a miracle cure. Dave Filoni has taken over as chief creative officer. He is not a savior figure, he is a curator. Filoni understands Star Wars emotionally, but he also has a tendency to over-center his own characters and mythology. His reverence can become self-referential. Lynwen Brennan is stepping in as co-president, handling business and operations. She's not a storyteller, she's an executive. So now what you have is one person who deeply loves Star Wars but can get trapped in nostalgia loops. One person whose job is efficiency, not myth-making. This is not a creative reset, this is continuity management. The problem with Lucasfilm was never just Kathleen Kennedy, it's that Star Wars stopped being treated like a mythological saga and started being treated like a cultural battleground and a content pipeline. You can have strong female characters. Star Wars always did. Leia didn't need speeches, she had authority. Padme didn't need branding, she had tragedy. Strength was a part of the story, not the point of it. When message overtakes myth, the galaxy shrinks. So yes, she stepped down. People can celebrate that if they want, but this video isn't about celebrating. It's about acknowledging that Star Wars still doesn't look like Star Wars, and leadership alone won't fix that unless the philosophy changes. Star Wars needs writers who love the galaxy more than the moment, more than the modern trends, more than ideology. Until then, it's not destroyed, but it is diminished, and fans are allowed to mourn that.